That's the way, brother! Go now! That's the way, now! Pull up, pull up!
Hey, mate.
Wardy's got hold of him. They're all into him. Top tackle. He still's defending well now. Nikolai Volkov runs it up. Kicks on. Puts it deep towards Wellington Queen. It's not a bad kick, but New Zealand filled it real well and brings it in and does well. St John's bloke won't get hold of it. He should have been a penalty 4 minutes ago. Oh, heavy stuff St John's there, but these skills are tough, they can take it. Gets up and plays it. 6 more it should be. He's missed that. I'll tell him about that at half time. They're all over his head. They won't go low, these blokes. There it is. Grangey from dummy half. Good run. Gains 10. He's tackled. On the line. Liddell.
Yeah.
Puts his boot to it. Down towards
Take a
touch
seat.
two.
And St John's now in there, 22. And it's Luke Thompson taking it from dummy half now. He's been tackled and he's lost the ball, but he's been gathered by Porto Sigitano. He's been taken now. So now it's Gabby now. He's taking it up. He's been tackled again, and looks like it's Luke Thompson still on the ground there. Now it's Richard Carews kicking it downfield. And it's touched there by the winger, and it's gone out, so it'll be St John's feeding loose right on the halfway line. So it's going down now, and it's a St John's feeding loose. And it comes out St John's way, and it's Jolly taking out right on the halfway. Now it's K. Roos running from dummy half. Makes an easy 10 metres there. So now it's Fatty at dummy half. Gives it to Jolly. Jolly gives it to Moses. Good run here by Chris. He's been taken there. And he's been flattened. And he's lost the ball. It's East Hills ball, and it's a good hit there by Richard K. Roos. And Chris is still down injured. It was a pretty heavy tackle that. But he's gotten up. So now it goes out to the second row, and he's been taken there by 2 players, and so now it's halfback, and it's a penalty to East Hills for being inside the 5 metres. So St John's now got the pressure on him, and he taps it, faking to kick for touch, but he's faked it, and Fatty Gannum's just about injured. Looks like his shoulder from last year. And now it goes out to the second rowers now. And he's been taken now by 2 players, Paul Sigutano and Daniel Lazzi. And here comes a big player. Oh, he's been taken a little high. That was Daniel Lazzi there taking the player high. So now it's referee's called Danny out. And the captain, St John's, Fatty Gannum. So now it's going to be a penalty to East Hills. Now he's taking the penalty now. So now it's second row kick and touch now. It's a good kick, about 15 metres now. And now it's East Hills really on the attack. St John's got a lot of pressure on him now. They've got to hold him out. Now it's Locke about to take the tap. And he runs it up. And St John's, they've got to move up, otherwise East Hills will make easy yardage. So now it's a Second row coming up. He's been hit there by 2 players. They get it out to the 5'8", and he steps inside, but he's been taken by Gabby Dagger and Fatty Ganem. He looks to be all right now after that hit. Now it's a halfback. He's been taken by Paul Singletary, but he's missed, and now he's been taken by, looks like the Fatty. So now they're going back out the blind. He's been taken by, that's popped a good pass out there, and he's been taken by the hooker. He's been tackled by Paul Singletano and Gabby. Now they take it from dummy half again. It's the last tackle now. Watch for the kick. Goes out to the 5'8". Little grab a kick cross field. Richard Carew's taking it, and he's taking it 10 metres out from the field. Now it's Chris from dummy half. Steps inside the first one, goes past him, and takes it about 20 metres out from his line. Now it's fed again and out to Danny Alazzi. He makes a good bust up the middle, about 15 metres there. So now it's Danny Alazzi, fakes to one, gives it to Gabby. He's been hit there by 3 East Hills defenders. Now it's Daniel from dummy half. Now it's Chris Maxwell at dummy half. It's out to Danny Alazzi. Looks like it's going to be a good kick here. Been taken by the centre. And now he's running around Eric Growth. And he's running around Chris. Cross comes Chris again like a good centre and takes him. He's moving forward, this centre. Now it's out from the hooker. St John's aren't moving up and it's making East Hills get easy yardage here. So now it's East Hills on the second tackle. Now it's out to the small front row and he's been missed bad tackle there by Danny. He's been taken by Chris Maxwell. So now it's a halfback and gives it to the big second rower again. And it pops a good pass away to a big front rower. He's taken 2 with him, but it's a good pass away, but he's dropped it. Now it's Richard Carew's kicking it forward, but it's been covered up by the centre, right on the 10-metre line, St John's halfway. And that's a good tackle there by Richard Carew's. Picks up the play from dummy half and throws him over the sideline. So it's going to be a St John's beaten loose, about 10 metres on their own side of halfway. So now it's East Hills win after St John's fed it and had the loose. So now it's East Hills again on the attack and it's been hit hard there by Daniel Lazzi. And it looks like Paul's been called out. And so now it's East Hills penalty now. And so they're still on the attack. It's been nil St John's territory this game. St John's have had very little of the ball due to stupid penalties such as that one, where they're going for head-high tackles. Anyway, now so it's a lock that takes a tap and runs it up, and he's been taken by prop forward Daniel. Now he moves it up, and that's a good tackle there by, looks like Moses Ayub. That's what they've got to do. They've got to move up and meet him. Now it's Moses again, makes a top hit there. So now St John's, I should look at Moses and do what he does. That's it, they're moving up now, and it's Nathan Smelders makes a good tackle there. It's East Hills aren't going anywhere now, and second row again. He's been taken there low by Fatty and high by Paul. Now he comes out to the blind. Good cut-out pass by the halfback to the fullback, and he's been taken now. This is the last tackle for East Hills. So he goes another cross-field kick. And, he's been hit without the ball. Should be a penalty, but the referee's called 6 again. That's bad decision by the referee. So now, East Hills really on the attack now, and the second row's been taken about 5 metres from the line. St John's, they've got to keep him out. He goes out the blind again, top tackle there by Nathan Smelders. He's had a good game so far, Nathan. Now it goes out the blind through the halfback. He's taken low there by Chris. So now it's taken out the line to the centre. It's on the move. So now it's 5'8" now. He's stepped inside Jolly and he's been taken there by about 3 plays. The last tackle again. This is good St John's defence. They've been holding them out strong now. Out to the fullback. Chips across, back to the blind, and it's gone over, dead in goal. So it's going to be a St John's tap. St John's has done very well to keep East Hills out. It's been all in St John's territory this game. And they've done very well to keep them out. So now it's going to be Faddy take the tap now. So Faddy takes the tap and gives it to Paul. He runs straight up and he's been met by two East Hills defenders. Makes it about 5 metres. Now it's Chris Maxwell at dummy half. Gives it out to Daniel Lazzy and he hits him hard and taking about 10 metres away from his quarter line. Now it's Moses Ayub running cross field, trying to make the gap. Goes through the gap. Gives it out to Richard Carews. He beats one, beats two, but he's been tackled now about 11 metres from on East Hillside halfway. Now it's Moses again. He's been met there strongly by the centre back. And so now it's St John's. Faddy Ganem now. He loses the ball. He was watching the player there. He lost the ball. And the referee called it East Hills balls, but Faddy had it all the time. It's bad ruling by the referee. This Tonkus guy needs glasses. Spectacles. So now it's another penalty for East Hills. They're flogging St John's in the penalty count. About 5 or 6-0. But so now it's East Hills taking it up now. He's been met there by Faddy and Paul Siglitano. Both have been getting through a man of defence so far. And now they go the blind and the pussy stopped. He just stopped. He's seen him and stopped. So now it's going out through the second row again. He's a good player, this guy, but good palm off there. Now it goes through again and he's been taken there by Daniel and Moses again. So now it's big second row, hits it up again, about a metre from St John's 22. Now it's out through their halfback, through their centre. He's holding it up, it's giving it out, and it's going to be St John's ball. Looks like Chris has got it, yep, he's got it about a metre from his own 22. Now it's Gabby, runs across field, gets absolutely nowhere. So now it's Chris Maxwell, gives it to Faddy. But he's been met. A great pass there by Faddy, gives it to Richard Carews. But St John's aren't going anywhere except crossfield. So now it's Chris Maxwell to Paul. He beats one, beats two. That's the way they got to run, straight up and hard. Takes 3 plays there to bring him down. And now it's Chris Maxwell at dummy half. Out to Moses Ayub. Comes off a East Hills player and he's called back for a knock-on. It was a charge down by East Hills. But the referee's called it back, so it's going to be a scrum. They it's going to be an East Hills feeding loose. So the scrum goes down now, and St John's are being pushed right off the ball, but the referee's called it again now. So it goes in, and it looks like a good St John's win there. Yes, good win against the feed Chris Maxwell, and Justin Jolly's been tackled there. St John's haven't seen much of East Hills territory, but, well, to their credit, they haven't let East Hills in. Now it's Chris gives it out to Richard, and he's beaten 2-3 players there. Now it's Chris. Takes it to blind, comes back in. That's good work, taking it back in. He's taking it over the halfway line. So now St John's calling for, there's no one at home. St John's are very disorganised. So now it's Faddy at dummy half, gives it out to Moses and kicks it downfield. And it's a good chase here by Luke Thompson. Goes about a metre from the East Hills goal line and fullback takes it. He's beaten 3 players. He's going across field and good tackle there by Nathan Smelders, but didn't hold him down. Now it's Moses Ayub that brings him down. Now it's good tackle there by Paul Siglitano. And looks like Jolly's down. Now the big second rower takes it up and he's been met there by Nathan Smelders. He's getting through a mounted defence for a fullback. So now it's a big second rower again. He fakes to give it away, but it doesn't. He's taken there by Daniel Lazzy and Nathan Smelders. So now it's East Hills. They try to kick it down, but Nathan Smelders got it. Gives it off to Moses Ayub, and it's a good try there by St John's. Top thinking there by Nathan Smelders. He picked the ball up, drew the man and gave it out. That's good work, and St John's hit the board first. That was a good charge down by one of the St John's players, which made East Hills drop the ball, and St John's eventually scoring the try. So now it's Danny about to kick for goal now. It was a good try there by Moses Ayub. The ball was always in St John's territory, but they came up with the points, and 6 points to nil in favour of St John's. Good kick there by Daniel Lazzi. So East Hills now to kick off after a great try there by Moses Ayub. So they kick it down to the forwards now, and it's a good kick there, and it's been taken by Nathan Smelders in goal, and he brings it up about 15 metres from the quarter, and it's a good run there by Nathan Smelders. It was bad East Hills. That's a penalty to East Hills for not playing the ball properly. That's a stupid mistake there by Nathan Smelders. They've just hit the lead and giving a stupid penalty like that. So now it's Locke takes it up. St John's, they've got to move up because East Hills are making easy yardage now. Now it's a big front rower, and he's been missed there by Justin Jolly, and it's St John's ball. That's good work there by Daniel, stealing the ball. So now it's Daniel Lazzi making a good 10 yards up to the 22 line. Now it's Fetty Gannon gives it out to Daniel, but he's been driven. Oh, it's a good pass there by thing to Moses, and gives it to Chris. Comes back inside, gives it to Moses. It's good work here by St John's. They're keeping the ball alive, and Gabby takes it down, takes the ball to the ground. So now it's Chris again. Gives it out to Richard. Richard's got support. Breaks the first one. Comes to the second one. It's been taken there, and a nice tackle by the halfback. So now it's Pusagutano at dummy half. Gives it out to Fatty. Oh, he's been met there by two players, but he's hurt his own player. So that East Hills player's been taken off with a, looks like it's a cut eye. So now it's St John's. Good run there by, looks like Daniel. So now it's out through their backs. They've had a breather now, and Moses Ayubi tried to take it around the player, but he knocked it on, and it's been taken now by the big second rower. So now it's second rower from dummy half, and he's stolen another few metres, taps it from dummy half. It's bad marker play by St John's, and he gives a good ball away to the hooker. They've got to bring this big player down, otherwise he could run over him all day. Now Tim again comes across to Gabby. Gabby's not moving up. They've got to move up to stop him getting the ball away. He's having a field day now. So now it's the hooker taken from dummy half. What happened? So now it's East Hills kicking downfield, and we've just had a report from our sideline eye Elias that the the East Hills players got a cut just above his eye. So now it's looks like it's gone dead in goal. It's going to be a St John's drop kick. And now I'll hand you over to our guest commentator Elias.
Well, the defence of St John's is just ferocious here. Daniel Lazzi kicks off. It's picked up by the wing for East Hills. And first up there, oh, Daniel Lazzi, bad missed tackle. Oh, he's gone through 3 tackles. Eventually tackled by Daniel. It's out to the second row. Oh, he's gone through the defence. Flimsy defence there by St John's, and he scored. That was an excellent try there by East Hills. And look at the jubilation here at the Bankstown Sports Ground.
So that was a great kick there from near the sideline by the centre, and 6-all now. It was bad play by St John's. They should have moved up there, and they would have stopped any chance that East Hills had of scoring. So now it's a kick off now, and it's gone deep down into the in goal. It's a big second row coming up, and he's been met there by Luke Thompson. Oh, he's just shrugged him off. Now it's out to the centre. Across comes Nathan Smelders, and it's a good tackle there by Moses Ayub, and he's been taken out. It's a good play there by Moses Ayub. The player was not held. That's why the referee didn't give them a penalty. So it's going to be a St. John's feeding loose now, and they need this. I know. So that's a good heel there by Chris Maxwell, and Justin Jolly's been taken now about a metre into East Hills territory. Now it's Fatty Ganem to Moses Ayub, gives a good ball out to Chris, and these two centres are combining real well. It's Richard Carews now, but the referee's called it back. The referee said it was a forward pass. This referee really does need spectacles. This referee hasn't woken up exactly. So it's going to be another scrum now. So now it's East Hills ball, and it's been taken there by the halfback. He's been met there by Moses Ayub. So now it's the second row. He's running from dummy half. St. John's, they've got to know this second row by now. All he does is run it from dummy half and gives the ball away. So now it's coming out now, and the centre has been met there by Richard Carews and Chris, and he's been Chris was about a metre offside, but the referee still penalised him. So now it's East Hills with yet again another penalty, and so now it's the lock. He gives it to the lock, and he's been the hooker, and he's been taken now about a metre into St. John's quarter. Now it's a big second, top tackle there by the front rower Daniel. He's having a good game too. So now it's out through their backs. Now it's the centre being taken up, and he's been met there by Justin Jolly. So now it's through their centre. The St. John's aren't moving up. That's why they're missing so many tackles. So but they've lost the ball now, and it's St. John's ball now, and it's Fatty Ganem. He's been met there by two players. So now it's Chris Maxwell gives it off to Daniel Lazzy. That's how they got to run, just straight up and hard. So now it's Chris Maxwell gives it off to Gabby, but he's running across field. That's why he's been met so easily. They've got to run it straight. So now it's Chris kicks it downfield, and just a good bounce there for Chris, but it's been missed there. And the centre's taken again, and St. John's, they're not bringing the play to the ground, and it's 5'8" running downfield. He comes back inside, gives it to the winger. The winger goes back across field, and he's been taken there by two St. John defenders. St. John's are very disorganised. Now it's through the lock, the second rower. He's been met by two players, gives it up to a 5'8". It's no try. He said he's lost the ball. That's terrible football by St. John's. They're not moving up. They're just standing there waiting for East Hills. It looks like another East Hills player's gone down. So it's the St. John's tap now, and that's the way they've got to run, straight and hard. They can't bring Richard down, and still making yardage. He's got three players with him. If St. John's only looked at Richard and fired him, they'd be going forward instead of crossfield. Now it's Richard again. He's made over 50 metres in two tackles. And so East Hills aren't going low, and so St. John's again. Now it's Daniel Lazzy. That's the way to run. He's beaten two of them. He felt that tackle, but so did the East Hills players. Now it goes out to Moses. Moses, he's been knocked it on there. He was looking for runs, but there was no one around him, and dropped the ball. So it's going to be an East Hills feeding loose now. St. John's, in three tackles, they made 50 metres just by running forward instead of crossfield. Now it's East Hills. They're coming crossfield, and that's a good tackle there by little Eric Growth and what's that? So now it's it's a good ball to the 5'8", and he's beaten him. He's going to go in and score. He's going to go in and score. St. John's didn't bring the player to the ground, and consequently, East Hills go in for another try. Now it's So East Hills scored that try, and this is going to be a penalty goal now, and it's 14 points to 6 for a 8-point try there due to the player coming in late after the try had been scored. It's half time now.
And St. John's about to kick off now here. 14-6 half-time score. Richard Carews, have you started yet? Oh. Richard Carews is about to kick off here in second half, 14-6 in favour of East Hills. St. John's move, the ball's dead, 22 tap. Oh. Line dropout, sorry, mistaken here. East Hill kick off. Bad kick there. Picked up by Sigletano. Makes a run. Oh, hit. He's been hit. Excellent tackle. Throw of him on him. Out to Fatty. Out to the prop forward who's been picked up and driven back. Plays the ball. Out to Alazi. Defense of East Hill is just incredible here. It's out to Chris, makes a run. He's been tackled about 5 meters away from the St. John's try line. Fatty passes out to Richard Carews. Richard Carews, he's scored. Richard Carews has scored, and that was just determination there by Richard Carews. The score is 14-10. He moves into it. It's high. It's dropped short. Bad kick there. Now I hand it back to the guest commentator, Rex Mossop.
So it's score is still 14 points to 10 in favour of St. John's. Now it's Paul Sigletano running it up. And that's the way their coach told them to run straight and hard. So now it's a big second rower, and that's where they got to run straight up and hard. That's what they weren't doing in the first half. They were running across field in the first half, and their coach, Mr. Miles, told them to run straight. Now it's a penalty to St. John's for East Hills striking in to play the ball. So it's Moses Ayub to kick for touch now. It's a good kick, gains about 10 yards. Now it's Chris Maxwell now. Taps it Justin Jolly back to Chris Maxwell, and Fatty Gannon running it up straight. Makes easy 10 metres now. Now it's Chris Maxwell. Gives it up to the other front rower, and St. John's are making easy yardage by just running hard. That's what they weren't doing in the first half. They were running all across field. So now it's Moses Ayub beats one, and it's been taken there by the second tackler. So St. John's going to use the backs now. Now it's Chris. Steps inside. Beats the first tackle, taken beautifully there by the 5'8". Now it's good work there by Chris. He takes it up again. Ooh, he's been hit heavily there by the other centre. And he's been taken now. This is the last tackle now by St. John's. If they swing it, they've got a giant overlap. But now it's Daniel Lazy kicks it deep in the half centre's territory, and it's been taken there by the second row. He's been met there by Paul Sigletano and Moses Ayub. Now St. John's in defence. They're still not moving up in defence. Their coach, Mr. Miles, tells them to move up at half time, but they still haven't done that. And now they've been now it's East Hills. So now it's back to the 5'8", out to their second rower. It's getting hit there nicely by Moses Ayub. He's the only one moving up in defence. And it's a penalty to East Hills for the second rower, pushing the St. John's defenders away instead of playing the ball. So now it's St. John's penalty now, and looks like Daniel Lazy's going to have a kick for goal. I should take the tap now. So now he's lining it up now. Moves into it. It's high, but it's wide, and it's gone dead. So at least they'll get a drop kick from the 22-metre line. Score still being 14 points to 10 in favour of St John's. In favour of East Hills. So East Hills should drop kick it now. And the big second row kicks it. Gone down past the halfway. It's taken by Paul Siglatano. East Hills there. Slow to but that's a bad run by Paul. He should have come infield instead of going outfield. He's been taken over the sideline. So now it's going to be an East Hills feed and loose. Now scrum about to go down. And to St John's White, a good win by Chris Maxwell. So St John's, they've got 6 tackles now to work a move, and Daniel Lacy goes back down the blinds. Fatty Ganem goes back down the sideline. So now it's a big front rower. He's been met there by the second rower, but they're running straight and they're making easy yardage. Now it looks like it's going to go through the backs. It's Daniel Lacy, gives it off to this Moses Ayub, but his centres aren't with him, and he takes 4 plays to bring him down. St John's, they're making easy yardage by just going straight up the centre. Now it's Justin Jolly. He's been just tackled himself there. So now it's Fatty Ganem out to Richard K. Roos. Little chip over the top. It's been knocked on there by the East Hills 5A. That wasn't a charge down. That should have been a scrum there. So now it's East Hills now. So now it's through their big second rower. He's been taken beautifully there by Daniel Lacy, but there's no markers. So now it's through there, 5'8". Goes for a run himself, but St John's aren't moving up. They've got to move up to stop East Hills making easy yardage up the middle. So now it's a big second rower. Kicks it downfield. Looks like it's going to go out. That's a good kick there by the second rower. It's going to be at St John's feeding loose. So scrum will go down now about 15 metres away from St John's try line. So it goes down now and comes out East Hills way, and the 5'8's been met there by Justin Jolly. So now it's a second rower, and he's been met by Daniel Lacy and Paul Siglatano. So now it's a big second rower again. Good, well tackle there by Moses, but he got the ball away, and that was a top ball and all tackle there by Richard K. Roos. So now it's the 5'8 through their centre. Long ball out, and it's going to be a forward pass. So it's going to be a scrum now. And St John's badly needed that because East Hills had a overlap 3-1 out there. So the scrum about to go down. It's going to be a St John's feeding loose. It's a St John's ball, and it's Justin Jolly taken there by the 5'8 and the half back. Now this is Fatty Ganem with dummy half. Gives out to Moses, and they're spreading it in their own 22. And now it's Chris being taken there by 2 East Hills defenders. Now it's Fatty from dummy half, and he beats the first tackler and taking again. Now it's Paul Siglatano, dummy half. They give it out to Daniel Lacy. Had heaps of time there to kick that ball. It's been taken by the winger, and he goes back to the blind. He's come back inside, and he's lost the ball, and it looks like it's East Hills' ball again. St John should have capitalised on that mistake by East Hills, and now it's Chris. He's having a good game, is Chris. So now it's East Hills getting it out. Through their players going across field. St John's, they've got to spread out over to the open side. So now they're going back to the blind side. So now St John's, they're going to move up, otherwise East Hills going to make easy tackles. So now it's a 5'8 out to the replacement halfback, He's been taken there. This is the last tackle for East Hills. So now it's the 5'8", goes for a field goal, but it's gone dead. Terrible field goal. Much like a Gary Pike field goal, that. So now it's going to be a St. John's tap right on the 22. So now it's Fatty. Hits it up hard and he makes an easy 10 metres, but he loses the ball there. And it's an East Hills ball now. And St. John's, they're not moving up. They're waiting for East Hills. And the big second row has been made easy yardage there. So now it's a good hit there by Moses Ayub. They've got their players and they're over for another try. That was bad play by St. John's. They didn't move up. They held back. And that's why that try was scored. So East Hills missed that kick goal and it's 18 points to 10 in favour of East Hills. Now it's Richard Carews with a good 10-yard kick and it's good chase there by Richard. That's good work there by Richard. He was the only chaser there and he had to make a tackle. And well, Richard, Richard trying to kick the ball through, missed it because the player was didn't play the ball. So now Richard, at least he was trying something there, which is more than I can say for the East Hills players. And so now it's St. John's. They're not moving up. It's just pathetic defence by St. John's. They're just standing back and waiting for East Hills to come to them. So now it's East Hills again. That's one of the rare times they've moved up. And now through their second rower. And he's been hit there by 3 players. So that's a top hit there by Moses Ayub. And now it's big second rower kicking it downfield and it's over Peter Serapham's head again. And this big kicker's been very lucky today. He's been kicking it and making 30 metres very easily. So now it's going to be a St. John's feeding loose. They're going to need this ball because if they lose it, East Hills are going to be really pressing their line. So now it's a penalty to St. John's for feed across against the hooker. Good ruling there by the referee, and this is going to be a pressure relieving penalty by Moses Ayub. So Moses kicks it and makes about... he doesn't make it out, but he's put his foot on the sideline, so it's going to be a scrum anyway. So it's going to be a St. John's feeding loose, and hopefully a St. John's ball. So scrum going down now, and it's an East Hills win against the feed. The halfback takes it and it's been met there by Daniel Lazy and Justin Jolly. So now it's the second rower. Been met there by Daniel Lazy and Sam, sorry. And now it's this big second row again. St. John's, they're not cleaning him up. Now it's the hooker being taken by Paul Sigultane. And now it's big second row again. St. John's are just waiting for East Hills. So now it's East Hills out through their halfback, through their big front rower out in the backs, and it's been met there by 3 St. John's defenders. St. John's have got to spread out over to the open side. It's the last tackle here, and it's a big front row kicking downfield again, and Chris Maxwell takes it now, and like a good winger comes infield, but he's just run back out. That was a good tackle there by the East Hills players and bad play by Chris Maxwell. He was looking to come back inside, but then went back out to the wing and got taken over the sideline. So, scrum going to go down now. It's East Hills feed loose, and East Hills have won this scrum. Now they're going to spread it out their backs. And it's the big centre going through. He's gone right through. He's gone right through St John's. Missed tackle there by Maz Ayub, and the centre score 22 points to 10 in favour of East Hills. So East Hills missed that goal, and it's still 22 to 10. So now it's Richard Carews, kicks good kick downfield, and it's been well taken there by the lock. He's been taken there by Richard. He's had a strong game, Richard. He's been the only one for St John's that's been moving up in defence. So second row makes an easy 10 metres there due to St John's not moving up. So now they go down the blind side again and makes an easy 10 yards. Now it's through to 5-8. No one's moving up in St John's. That's why they're getting so much easy yards there. So now it's a hooker. Goes out to the second row again. Strong run there. But St John's aren't moving up. They're just tackling. This is terrible defence by St John's. And so now it's second row kicking it downfield. And that's a top kick there. About 30 metre gain. And another scrum to go down inside St John's 22. It's going to be a St John's feed and loose. Yeah. So the scrum goes down now, and another East Hills win. What's happening in these scrums? So now 5-8 being taken now. St John's. They're just leaving it up to the marker. No one else is moving up, and that was a good tackle there by Fatty. So now it's East Hills back on their 22. St John's have only got 9 minutes to go. 9 minutes to score 2 tries. It's not impossible, but the way they've been playing in this second half hasn't been too impressive. So now it's a big second row again. St John's aren't moving up. It's terrible, St John's. Terrible defence here. So now it's a cross-field kick. There's no one across the end. It's a good bounce here, and he's been hit on the corner post, so it's going to be a 22 tap now. St John's defence in this second half has been terrible. They haven't been moving up.
You're playing. Played Friday night. How was it?
We won 22 to 4. So now replacement going on for East Hills. So replacement going on now for East Hills, and Chris Maxwell takes a tap and gives it off to looks like it's Daniel Lacey there, and he plays it to Maxwell. Gives it out to Fatty. Good dummy up. Good play there by Fatty, and that's a good run there by Chris. They can't bring him down. He's had a good game. St John's' attack has been very good. St John's' attack's been very good, but their defence has been terrible. So Chris just had cramps there and about to play the ball now. Fatty Ganem. Should off to. So it's terrible disorganisation in St John's' camp, but it's been taken there by Fatty Ganem, and well, now it's another knock on by the East Hills players, and St John's with the ball. So now it's Justin Jolly. He's been taken well there by the East Hills replacement. So now it's Moses Ayub gives a good pass out to Daniel Lacey, but Daniel Lacey throws it to nowhere. And Richard K. Roos just so relaxed, bent it over there, and it's been taken there by Luke Mitchell. So now it's Paul Silverton. He's been taken. That was Nathan Smelders, sorry. So now it's Sam. He's been taken there by good tackle there by East Hills. Now it's a penalty to East Hills for St John's not playing the ball correctly. They're having a shot for goal now. So successful kick there by East Hills, and the score is 24 points to 10 now. So he's still, top tackle there by Daniel. That was the best tackle of the game, easily. So now it's East Hills trying to push a stupid pass there and knock the ball on. So it's going to be a St. John's feeding loose. And maybe a St. John's win. So the scrum goes down and it's gone in. And it comes out St. John's way. Went back into the scrum. It's a penalty to St. John's for the backs being offside. They can't, it's differential. So now it's Chris taking the tackle now. Now it's Fatty Gannam out to Moses. He's running like a forward. If St. John's bring it out wide, there's no one at home, but East Hills just shuffled across now. And it's Richard Carews. He fumbles it, and he's gone over. Yes, a consolation try there by St. John's. A good try there by Richard Carews. I was just running up hard, and well, a bit. So Richard lining up this shot now, and he comes into it, but it's gone wide. So the score still being 24 points to 14 in favour of East Hills. So East Hills to kick off now, and it's gone down to Danny Lazy. He's had a strong game in attack, and he's beaten one taken by the second player. So now it's Paul Singletano at dummy half, gives it off to Fatty, and he's been met there by 3 East Hills defenders. So now it's Maxwell out to Jolly. They bring it back out wide to Sam. He beats one. He's taken again by 2 players, and it's Chris, dummy half, directing traffic out there. He goes out the blind, and he's been met. So now it's looks like Daniel at dummy half, and he makes a good run of about 10 metres. So now it's Chris Maxwell, Justin Jolly, not watching the ball. That's just another error that St. John's have made in the second half. So now it's fast approaching full time now, and I guess St. John's will be pretty happy that a full time mood is about to sound. So the scrum goes down, and well, St. John's won this scrum against the third. Now it's Chris steps inside the first, comes back into the forwards, and he's been met by 2 forwards. Now it's Fatty, gives it out to Jolly, gives it out to Danny, back inside to Richard. This is a good play by St. John's, good play. It's Justin Jolly now, it's a good pass out by Richard. So now it's Maxwell out to Chris, steps inside the first. There's a full-time hooter, but St. John's still going. They've knocked the ball on. And there's a full-time score with East Hills defeating St. John's by 24 points to 14. And well, St. John's, they'd be pretty disappointed with that second half. And still taping, eh?